The Father's Lullaby, a horror story of blood, bone, and bad dreams. Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today I will be reading from the series Chronicles of the Stories. Let's jump right into the story. The Dad. Part 1, The Good Dad. Liam Harker was the kind of father everyone admired. He cooked breakfast with cartoon pancakes, taught his daughter Sophie how to ride a bike, and never missed a bedtime story. He worked nights as a custodian at the old St. Agnes Hospital, quiet hours, good pay, plenty of time to think. Lately, Sophie had been acting strange. She said she heard singing from the vents, that her teddy bear whispered things in Latin, that her milk tasted like rust. The doctors said it was just an overactive imagination. Kids see monsters under the bed sometimes. Liam smiled through all of it, and every night, he tucked her in gently. "Sleep tight, sweetheart," he'd whisper, and he'd kiss her forehead and bite off a tiny piece of her hair. Part 2, The Night Shift. At St. Agnes, Liam cleaned more than floors. The basement hadn't been used since the 1980s. Abandoned after a fire killed 6 newborns. The records were sealed. The staff who survived didn't talk. But Liam did. He talked to them every night. He scrubbed blood from the walls they claimed weren't stained. He mopped up phantom amniotic fluid, and he sang lullabies into the ventilation shafts, humming until the silence answered back. He wasn't alone down there. There were others, things that wore hospital gowns and smelled like formaldehyde. They called him Father. They showed him how to stitch skin with piano wire, how to preserve memories in jars of pickled brains. They told him what he needed to do to keep Sophie safe, to make her perfect. Part 3, The Collection. Neighbors began to worry when Sophie stopped playing outside. Her laugh had changed. It echoed now, like it came from somewhere far away. She drew disturbing pictures. Babies with too many eyes, men with mouths sewn shut, a smiling man made of teeth and wires holding a girl's hand. One day the school nurse noticed something odd during a checkup. Sophie's heartbeat was slow, almost non-existent. Her body temperature was below freezing, but she was alive. Barely. When questioned, she smiled. "My daddy keeps me safe." That same week, a missing child alert went out for 4-year-old Mason Lee. His mother last saw him walking home from the park. His shoe was found near the storm drain behind St. Agnes. Inside the hospital basement, Liam kept trophies. Tiny shoes, pacifiers wrapped in twine, dolls filled with real organs, and a wall of photographs. Dozens of children, each labeled Mason, donor type A+, Emily, perfect skin tone, Jacob, strong bones, and one above them all, Sophie, final form in progress. Part 4, The Transformation. It started with the teeth. Sophie screamed all night as new ones grew in, sharp, jagged things that cut her tongue and bled black. Her nails fell out and reformed like claws. Her eyes clouded over and turned milky white. Liam cried tears of joy. "She's almost ready," he told the shadows. He fed her tinctures made from preserved placentas, gave her baths in embalming fluid, sang hymns while sewing her eyelids open so she could always watch the darkness. He called her the offering. On her 10th birthday, Sophie didn't ask for cake or presents. She asked for a heart. Not just any heart, a father's heart. Still beating. Warm. Full of love. Liam smiled. "I'll get you mine." Part 5, The Final Feeding. Detective Ruiz arrived the next morning. Reported domestic disturbance. Screams from the house. A child crying in reverse. She kicked down the door. Found the kitchen spotless. The nursery locked. Behind it, music box lullaby. Wet squelching sounds. Ruiz broke the door down and froze. The room was stitched together from human skin. Wires ran along the walls like veins. A crib sat center stage, surrounded by baby monitors showing static-filled faces, dozens of dead children watching. In the corner, Liam knelt beside a surgical table. His chest was open, his still-beating heart placed gently into a jar labeled, "Sophie, forever daddy." He looked up, smiling. She needed it. Then the crib moved. From inside, something pale and wrong climbed out. Sophie, or what was left of her, was no longer a child. She stood tall, limbs elongated, mouth stretched too wide, eyes empty sockets filled with flickering candlelight. She cradled the jar like a baby and whispered, "Shoo, sleep tight, daddy." Part 6, The Twist. Back at the hospital, Ruiz ordered a full search of St. Agnes. In the deepest part of the basement, they found a hidden room. Inside, dozens of cribs. Each one held a body. Each one wore Liam's face. Dozens of fathers, stitched and preserved, mouths sewn shut, eyes hollowed out. A note on the wall read, "The perfect father is reborn every time his daughter demands it." Some fathers never rest. Some daughters never stop growing. And some lullabies aren't for sleeping. Part 7. The Twist. Weeks later, Ruiz got a call. A little girl was found wandering the woods near the hospital. No ID, no clothes, just a jar clutched in her hands. Inside, a slowly beating heart. She looked up at Ruiz with white, sightless eyes. "Mommy," she whispered. Then she smiled and her mouth opened too wide. Thank you for listening to this episode of Chronicle Stories. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a like and comment below with your thoughts. Also check out my other videos for more terrifying tales and more.